Hi, in this video I want to talk about the drummer track in Logic. Let's make one. Here it is, over here, choose track type, drummer. Click that and it comes up, looks like that. Now when we just open it up, it comes up with a default drummer. Sounds like this. So what they've done, they've tried to build in little AI drummers, and there's a whole group of drummers, and you select them over here. They specialize in different styles. Kyle plays rock, and Nikki does alternative. Some people are songwriters, so let's have this guy here, Graham. There's guys that do R&B, Curtis. There's guys that do electronic stuff. Let's listen to Jasper. There's a lot of different types of electronic. Let's listen to the electro trap guy, Ronnie. Let's listen to a hip hop guy. Let's listen to Morris, who does boom rap. You can hear the boom there. And there's a bunch of percussionists. Let's have a Latin percussionist who's called Isabella. Alright, so each of those drummers, when we select them, they are kind of like AI according to Logic. They have programmed elements of particular styles and use those to create the drum patterns. Now, we can change the different sounds. Let's go back to, say, Logan. And if I want to change the kit, I can change the kit here, the different sounds. All right. So now we've still got the same electronic brain, Logan, but playing different kits. Now, we can influence the way each of the drummer plays. So that's what this control over here is. If it disappears, you can bring it up by hitting the E key. And what they've done is they've made a very intuitive way of allowing you to control what the drummer plays. In this grid over here, we go from simple beats to complex, loud and soft. If I move it around, you'll notice that the waveforms are being recalculated. Let's listen to it and I'll play around with it a bit. Make it complex. More stuff, make some loudness. Hitting it harder, go to a soft bit. So we can change. I should have looped it. So we can change the way that the drummer plays within the parameters of the style. We can also change which bits of the kit the drummer is using. Let's play again. Currently we've got the hi-hat. Let's change that to be cymbals or toms. And I can add some percussion. Add a clap. Take away the snare drum and the hi-hat. We can hear our clap. Now we've got faders over here which enable us to do variations. Let's go to number 2. So now we've got a flammed clap. Let's go here. Added a few different things. Let's put our hi-hat back on. That's variation 3. Let's make variation 1. Alright, so we can control different things. Let's make the kick in the snare. Put the snare back on. Okay, so that gives us some control over what we're doing with the drummer. We can also control the amount of fills. Let's do lots of fills. Getting a bit ridiculous. We can also control the swing. Let's listen to it straight. Let's change the swing. I'll go around to 66. So we can control the amount of swing. We can swing the 8th notes or 16th notes. Okay, let's go back to straight. We can also have more detail control in here. We can have a more pushy feel or a more laid back feel. Now it's got a little bit of a pull, bit of a push. I can change the way the hi-hat's working. More open, more closed. More or less ghost notes. None. Lots. Not so obvious on this one. Okay, so there's lots of variations that you can get within each of the little AI drummers. So you can control what happens. Now, when we're creating a drum track, what we don't do is just make 8 bars like I just did and just loop it forever. What we need to do is we need to build our drum track so that it shapes the songs. Now, if I get the scissors and cut this in half, it'll start adding a fill at the end of the region. Now I'll do a fill. Alright, so let's divide them into 2-bar regions just for now, for quickness. And what we can do, each one can be different. So I go here, I select this one, I only want it to have hi-hats. Then this one, I want hi-hat, snare, I want no clap. And then I want this to go to tom-toms, and this to go to ride cymbal and a tambourine. Right, so now what will happen, as we go through the different regions, our drum part will change. And if I wanted to do a big crash on the end, I might just take another region here, zoom in, trim it down so that it's only 1 bar long, and then when I play, it'll do a big crash at the end. Okay, so we can shape our drum part as we go through the songs. Obviously, most of your sections will be 8 bars long, not 2, but you get the idea. So the way you work, you choose a drummer from within the different genres. Say a songwriter, and then you choose the type of kit. If you're not happy with the one, you create the regions, and then you change the controls to create what you need to create. That way you can get some quite useful drum tracks which are good enough for demos and may even be good enough for your final product.